Fox hunters are now claiming they're a minority. And no, this isn't some sick joke. Now, hunts recently came together for a conference in Wiltshire to discuss how to save hunting. And their plan of action is to claim they're a minority ethnic group and as such need to be protected under the Equality Act.
The anti-hunting lobby, let's say by the animal rights extremist movement, has effectively been a person-on-person conflict using the excuse of animal welfare. It's nothing to do with animal welfare, it's just people against people. And therefore, the work we've been doing is in the legal space under the Equality Act 2010, and no work has been done to protect hunting or the minority group of people that partake in it, like us, since that act has been created.
Now, Swales explains that he spent the past 3 years preparing this legal challenge, which has been reviewed by a prominent human rights lawyer associated with the European Court of Human Rights. The outcome of that review is that we, as a minority group under the Equality Act, undoubtedly qualify. It's a 10 out of 10. Now, the group plans to pursue legal action to demonstrate that hunters have faced discrimination, be it through loss of work, contracts, or even online harassment. If they succeed, this could mean hunters would gain the same legal protections as other recognised minority groups in the UK. So that's right, the people that enjoy chasing terrified defenceless animals across the countryside are seeking the same legal protections as minority groups that face discrimination on a daily basis. Swales has also voiced strong criticism against what he calls the animal rights extremist movement, accusing them of initiating conflicts against hunters under the guise of animal welfare. Now, needless to say, to anyone with an ounce of logic, they can see through this based suggestion. Former Labour Minister Mike Foster had a blunt response on social media, suggesting the group had lost their way. Show me an example of people who have lost the plot. The hunt lobby never fails to disappoint. Now, despite the backlash, Swales believes that this legal challenge could find support at the highest levels of government. He even mentioned Labour leader Keir Starmer, noting that his legal background could lead him to understand and perhaps sympathise with the hunter's position.
Keir Starmer, in his position as Prime Minister, with a legal background, would, one hopes, understand the detail and not the nuance, the actual plain fact of the matter, that we are a minority ethnic group of British people that hunt.
Now, according to Hunting Kind, hunting is seen as a form of natural selection. Swales argues that it's a vital part of wildlife management where hunters target animals that are either too old, diseased, or otherwise unable to survive in the wild.
We're happy with what we do, and we see it as a really important part of wildlife management. We get that, it's naturally selective. We're actually doing people a service. We're picking up the foxes, let's say, or the hares, or the deer, or the rabbits that are either old, they've got no teeth, they're going to die of starvation, or they've got disease, or they're just not adapted to outperforming a dog in that chase.
He also insists that hunting is not cruel.
What we do is not cruel. I'll tell you for a fact it's not cruel because I take no delight in the suffering of an animal. I'm as animal welfare friendly as anybody that I've ever come across, and my hunting compatriots are the same.
Finally, Swales states that the group is dedicated to challenging what they call the Bambi effect, a romanticised view of wildlife that, according to them, ignores the realities of rural life and effective wildlife management.
I think Hunting Kind can try very hard to reverse the Bambi effect. Animal rights and people's understanding of animals and how they behave and what they think and what they feel, without being trite to people that strongly hold those views of being animal rights, and that's fine. Unfortunately, coming at it from my position, or from my point of view, are coming at it from a very uneducated and anthropomorphic point of view, and they're blinkered to what we see as rural reality and wildlife management reality, and they're also deaf. They don't want to listen.
No, Ed, the reality is that there is no place for such barbaric cruelty to take place in the British countryside. You don't need to be a genius to know that hunting down a wild animal with a pack of hounds isn't okay. Now, thankfully, we do not expect to see this legal challenge get anywhere anytime soon.